Hello and welcome back to our channel, iConcept Sports. Today's video is about the 2024 Mercedes-Maybach EQS680 SUV. The Maybach's first EV, EQS SUV, has every conceivable luxury from extra-large wheels and wood trim to its own refrigerated compartment. Before we start, we would appreciate your support by subscribing to our channel. This helps us bring more content to our viewers. And if you also comment on my videos, that would really help my channel grow. We bring accurate information, and we hope you can appreciate that. If you want an EV, but insist it must be a sybaritic retreat, the ultra-glamorous Mercedes-Maybach EQS680 SUV goes on sale this fall. Despite its size, the EQS has no third row, and the second row comes with separate passenger seats, but a bench is optional. Front and rear motors offer up 649 horsepower and 700 pound-feet of torque, the same as you get in the Mercedes-AMG EQS sedan. When the world's movers and shakers take to the air, they typically fly private, an exceedingly carbon-spewing form of transport, but when ground-bound, they might prefer to make an environmentally sensitive statement. Mercedes-Benz is attuned to this zeitgeist, which is why it's rolling out the first EV for its Maybach sub-brand, the Mercedes-Maybach EQS680 SUV. Based on the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, the Maybach version layers on the brand's characteristic veneer of cushy comfort and extra glitz. The extra glitz starts up front with a Maybach-specific look. In place of the large front grille of the brand's gas-powered models, those characteristic vertical chrome bars are instead rendered in a solid front fascia. The stand-up hood ornament is another nod to tradition, although you'll note that it's a Mercedes three-pointed star rather than the Maybach logo. Not to worry, there are numerous Maybach logos scattered about the exterior. The outer pods in the lower front bumper, for instance, each contain a mass of logos. The extra-large wheels, 21-inch at launch with 22 inches to follow, with their solid disc appearance are another Maybach brand hue, as is the thick band of bright work outlining the side windows. Two-tone paint is optional. Running boards are standard and are illuminated. The Mercedes-Maybach EQS SUV utilitarian third-row seat is banished from the Maybach. The example we have here has individual rear seats, although a three-passenger bench can also be had. The individual chairs are fully powered and include extendable leg rests. The bench's outer positions have this feature as well. There's a fixed bulkhead behind the seats, sealing off the luggage compartment. With the individual rear seats, the bulkhead flows down between the chairs and is finished with the same wood or black lacquer trim material, either one with striped aluminum inlays, as is found on the dash, door panels, front seatbacks, and console. A trap door between the rear seatbacks accesses a refrigerated compartment. That's where you'd keep the chilled champagne. And the center console has two sets of cup holders, one with clips at the bottom to hold stemware. The fridge unit, though, takes up a significant portion of the trunk space, so it's designed to be easily removed if the journey calls for more Louis Vuitton cases and fewer chilled champagne bottles. The rear console also includes a removable tablet, and there are 11.6-inch infotainment screens in the front seatbacks. On the C-pillars, stylized lamps again feature the Maybach logo, and the ambient lighting adds Maybach-exclusive color schemes. There are also pillows, small ones attached to the front and rear headrests with larger throw pillows for the rear seat passengers. For the chauffeur, the environs are not much changed from those of the Mercedes EQS SUV, although the pedals have been dressed up. The hyperscreen is present, of course, and there's a Maybach-specific welcome screen and instrument cluster display option. There's also a Maybach-exclusive choice among the artificial soundscapes, available if passengers don't want to queue up anything on the standard 4D Burmeister stereo. There's also an exclusive fragrance for the built-in ionizer, No. 12 Mood Ebony. Disappointingly, it doesn't smell like money, instead pairing sandalwood and spices. In place of the Mercedes EQS 580 SUV 536 horsepower powertrain, the Maybach EQS SUV borrows a more potent set of electric motors from Mercedes-AMG. The front and rear motors are good for 649 horsepower and 700 pound-feet of torque, the same as in the Mercedes-AMG EQS sedan, although it's missing the AMG boost function that temporarily bumps output to 751 horsepower. Still, Mercedes is claiming a 4.1-second 0 to 60 miles per hour time. The suspension, with air springs and adaptive dampers, gets a Maybach-specific tune, while a Maybach drive setting replaces the default comfort mode and prioritizes a smooth ride for rear seat passengers. Four-wheel steering, with the rear wheels turning up to 10 degrees, is standard here to aid maneuverability. A 108.4 kilowatt battery, same as in the Benz version, is said to be good for 372 miles of range on the European WLTP cycle. The Maybach EQS adopts the front axle disconnect just introduced in the Mercedes EQE SUV, as well as that model's heat pump HVAC system. The Maybach EQS is capable of recharging at up to 200 kilowatts. The Mercedes-Maybach EQS680 SUV goes on sale this fall. Now this will conclude our review from today. Thank you for listening to this information, and we would love to see you come back to our channel.